So you've been knitting in the round and things are starting to get tight on your needle because you've been decreasing and taking away stitches. And it's time to start switching to double pointed needles. Here's how you do it. You're going to pick up your first double pointed needle and you're just going to start knitting with that instead of the circular needle. And you're going to let the right tip of that circular needle just hang out. So you want to try and split these as evenly as possible. So in this case I have 40 stitches. I'm gonna separate these into 10 stitches on each needle. So once I've got 10 stitches on this first double pointed needle, I'm going to switch to my second one by picking it up in my right hand, and I'm going to start knitting with that one. The other double pointed needle is just going to hang out in the back. Okay, so now I have 10 on that needle, and I'm going to do the same thing again. I'm going to pick up my next double pointed needle. This is going to seem a little messy at first, but it'll straighten itself out. So then I'm going to do my next 10 stitches onto this double pointed needle. Okay, I'm down to my last 10 stitches, so I pick up one more needle. And I knit 10 stitches onto that needle. So now you may have places where there should be a stitch marker somewhere in between here, and you can leave that stitch marker in place. The only place you can't leave stitch markers in place is when you come in between these needles, because obviously it's going to fall off. So now I've got all of my stitches onto my 4 circular needles. Get that out of the way. So I'm going to get my final double pointed needle. And I'm going to continue knitting from right to left with the 5th needle. So I'm going to come here and I will start knitting. Now you need to keep this looking the same way you would when you were on your circular needles, where the needle tips are facing you and the resting stitches are hanging out in the back. Okay, so I've done these 10 stitches. I need to move to the stitches on the next needle, so what I'll do is I'll change hands. So I'll put this empty needle into my right hand, and then I'll continue knitting from right to left all the way around. And you'll just repeat that as you go. So the advantage of this is you can see there's no cable in the way that's going to limit the circumference of your knitting. You can decrease all the way down to very few stitches while still continuing to knit in the round. So as you decrease to the top of your hat, you're going to find that you have fewer and fewer stitches, and these are going to draw closer and closer together until you're done.